Deadpool gives us a strip teaser. Did it wet our whistles or leave us dry? I'm Sasha Pearl-Raver, and this is Screen Junkies News. Audience members who saw Logan last night were treated to a small taste of Deadpool 2, and we are gonna spoil the crap out of it right now. That's right, kids, you've been warned. The short opens on Wade Wilson witnessing a mugging in a dark alley. The merc with the mouth then races to a nearby phone booth to change into his fighting clothes and takes so long that he fails to actually save the victim. This short is jam-packed with Easter eggs, and here to discuss which are legitimate and which are just internet conversation fodder are Dan Murrell, Danielle Radford, and Eric Eisenberg. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Wow. We got a lot to break down. I mean, there is a laundry list here. Let's start with the music.
Okay.
I'll go to you, Eric. The music.
The music in this is, you have kind of two great pieces of cinematic music kind of going on here. First, when Deadpool decides to make his dash into the phone booth, we get the brilliant sounds of John Williams' Superman theme, which I guess it's spoof laws that allow this to be legal. I guess why would Warner Brothers allow this to happen?
allow that to happen?
I have no idea.
They must have
how
backed
that.
up the Brinks truck to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so and it's an extended play too. Like it's more than 30 seconds. Like he's in this phone booth for quite a long time. He's putting his pressed ham up against the glass, but you get that plenty of great John Williams sound. Of course, that's one of the greatest superhero themes of all time.
Yeah.
But then we have to talk about True Romance and the use of Hans Zimmer's "You're So Cool." I mean, just kind of like the denouement for this short, which that's pretentious as hell.
I like
but
that.
I like hearing those little xylophone dings, and it's just it's such a little pleasant thing. And yes, I absolutely loved it. It's fantastic.
Well, so are there the laws of spoof? Is that how they could get the
No way. No.
No, this is definitely commercial, right? This is-
And I guess I should also mention Angel in the Morning, which is playing in the earbuds before he takes them out, which is the song at the start of Deadpool during the opening credits.
Absolutely.
So yes, tons of great music featured in this short.
Well, so we don't just have the music that they're featuring, they're also, and by the way, we have a stock image of this that we have created for you guys. So, because we do not
This is an approximation.
Yeah,
Right,
because we do abide by the laws that John Williams apparently doesn't care about. So this isn't exactly what you'd see, but kind of it's what you'd see.
It's like you're there.
There's John Williams in the back of the movie theater. You can see the True Romance poster. There is above the marquee before he dashes into the phone booth, there is a Tonight Logan, and then a Logan poster. There is another poster up there. Danielle, what is that other poster?
There was a Firefly poster in one of the scenes, which of course I lost it on because I'm a huge Whedonverse girl. Obviously referencing Morena Baccarin and her part in the movie, which is super exciting. There was also at the end, which was blink if you missed it, just a big block of text that played at like the very end of it, and I caught like the first sentence and I think the last, and so it starts with like the old man in the sea, and then it goes, but it's not like the book. I think it's like a book report, like if Deadpool were to do a book report on Old Man in the Sea, that's what it would look like. And I think it like the last bit of it was like something in the crosswalk or something whatever. And you can't even, it literally, if you blink, you're not going to catch it. So one of these days,
It's not even blinking. You're not going to catch it just because it's scrolling so fast.
Somebody's
There's no
going to
way.
pause it. Someone's going to
get it.
pause it.
Oh,
and
eventually,
get it,
sure,
and we'll
yeah,
see
exactly
it
when it's
for
officially
sure.
released. Yeah.
Absolutely. But there's lots of shout
When
outs.
it's officially released. You're so cute.
I'm holding out hope, damn it.
They'll release
I guess with the
it.
John Williams music, maybe not.
No, they'll release it. I'm just saying there's going to be somebody in the theater, although it will never work, trying to do this. Trying to take pictures. Not encouraged, by the way.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
There is footage, and the footage is so hard to see, and it's just like, you guys, don't pirate the pre-credit sequence. And this is something we've been talking about for a while, but there are other things that I thought were very cool. There's another shout out in this one. Another blink if you miss it. Dan, whose name do we see?
We see Nathan Summers. We see a couple of references to Nathan Summers. Basically, Nathan Summers was here. Nathan Summers is coming soon. How you want to spell that? That's up to you. Exactly.
Spelled that one way.
Even more confirmation that, as if we didn't know, but that Cable will be in Deadpool 2. We knew that, obviously. Interesting to hear if this casting rumor about
David
Harbour for Stranger Things is true,
Oh,
which
right.
is, some people are saying. But they're really pushing this Cable angle for Deadpool 2, which I love, and I think that it's a bit of a call for people that the Deadpool fans that might not know who Cable is to go look up who Nathan Summers is, and I like it. It's kind of like a subtle "the more you know" for Deadpool fans.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Nathan, okay, they can just go in ready to go.
Well, for people who maybe are more casual fans, this sort of prologue ends with Deadpool kicking back on the dead man's body. His groceries are spilled all over the ground, and he goes, "Ooh!" and he grabs his tub of ice cream. Does Cherry Garcia ice cream have any particular significance that I'm unaware of?
Other than the fact that it's delicious.
Well, it is delicious.
It is very
We do
good.
know that.
Even the frozen yogurt version is very, very good. No, if it would have been a giant chimichanga or something, then we would have had some.
Let's dive into that a little bit more. But I guess it would be weird if an old man just has a
Giant
pre-cooked
chimichanga?
just in his
Things just got
grocery
weird.
bag.
Things
So,
just
yeah,
got
like that'd be
weird.
a bit odd, but so it works. Just
Well,
nice little
I feel like this is sort of our first real look at what the direction that David Leitch is going to bring to the project was. And what were the takeaways for you in terms of that, Dan?
Well, I feel like this is much more of a teaser. I didn't take away a lot as far as like how David Leitch is going to approach the movie, other than the fact that who knows when this was even filmed? Who knows if David Leitch even directed this? So he's been a pretty busy guy with John Wick Chapter 2 and getting that done and out in theaters.
He's working on Atomic Blonde, his other movie that he's currently in development. Sure. So.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't be shocked to hear if Ryan Reynolds even directed this.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
But I think, it's mostly for me, I took away that, this is the same Deadpool and they're not going to try to do the darker, grittier Deadpool. This felt the exact same as the original movie. And more than anything, I just love that this is they're pretty much announcing that they are going to approach the sequel, even marketing wise, like they approached the first movie.
Totally,
that was my
which I
big
love.
takeaway.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What about you, Eric? And do you think there is any possibility that Ryan Reynolds did direct this?
I'm pretty sure that David Leitch did direct it. But who knows until it's officially confirmed anything's possible. But I will just say this on that front. With the first movie, Tim Miller obviously was a huge, huge help within the making of this movie. Like the fact that he was the founder of his own VFX studio. But Deadpool was working with such an incredibly small budget, they had a limit to what they could do. But what Tim Miller brought to the table allowed them to take that tiny little budget and bring it up to the next level. Obviously, with Deadpool 2, they're not going to have that same kind of budget concern because Fox is going to give them anything that they want.
Right.
So when it comes to making Deadpool 2, and by the way, no disrespect to Tim Miller because the guy did an incredible job on Deadpool, but when it comes to Deadpool 2, if you're going to want a director who brings a certain level of style, who has an idea of what he's doing with action, if you look at what David Leitch did with John Wick, that's him all over. Like, I'm very, very excited for what he brings to the table at this point.
John Wick is the best.
It is,
It's
right?
so
It
good.
really
And
is.
Deadpool, those are actually, I think, at this point, my two favorite franchises.
Yeah.
Danielle, what did you think?
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. Like
Oh my God! Eric just fact checked me. It is so true. Fast and Furious is number 1. Thank God Eric was here. Don't at me. It's true.
Oh, Sasha.
Get out of
Fast and
mentions.
Furious.
Don't at her.
Sasha.
And then we go into John Wick and Deadpool tied for.
Come now.
Thank
The
God,
line
Eric.
must be drawn somewhere.
The line is drawn directly at fun, bro.
Oh, boy.
Directly at fun.
All right. That's a
Dan-
whole other episode.
Wait, I'm sorry. Should it be Star Trek, Star Wars, Star what?
I would put anything over Fast and the Furious.
No. Because Dan doesn't know how to have fun, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't like underwear.
that's not
and he
news
doesn't
to
like fast
anybody.
cars, and he hates
This has
Paul
gotten so
Walker.
derailed. I love it. It's fantastic.
This is what happens when Deadpool comes into the conversation. Everything gets crazy. Danielle, respectfully, what were your takeaways?
I thought I agreed a lot with what Dan said, in that it's obvious that they're going the same route for the buildup of the film, instead of just doing like kind of a typical teaser where you show like, oh, here's a half a second of someone talking, here's two people looking at each other, here's the name of the movie. Like they went and shot like an entire thing so that we can see it, and they jammed it full of stuff So it isn't just, hey, let's see the teaser, let's see Deadpool. It was also, hey, let's get them talking about some of the things that are going to be in the movie without actually showing them, which I think is a brilliant way to do it, because look, I've been up since I don't know how long in the morning talking about Deadpool, like the Easter eggs. So it was obviously brilliant.
You know what I think is kind of a bummer is that
I'm here to
Roth is here.
defend
That
the
is
honor
not a bummer.
of Fast and the Furious, because this is what happens when you talk about Deadpool and you will bite your tongues about Fast and the Furious and love whatever you love.
I love Roth. That's the answer there.
Little cameo.
That was
I like
so
it.
awesome.
Yes.
That was the best cameo ever. And she almost died running off the camera.
Worth it.
So we're talking about this thing, and it is something that obviously is like important to discuss because it is very cool. It is also incredibly tonally different than Logan. I feel like people who are walking into Logan and then get this prologue are going to be like, whoa, and then they have to switch brain gears into what Logan is. Is anybody at all bummed that this was a little bit spoiled? We knew that there was an extra 3 minutes somewhere in Logan. We didn't know if it was an end credit scene. We didn't know if it was a pre-credit scene. Are you at all disappointed that now, like, there can be no surprises from the studio? Eric?
Yes. Well, I will say because I saw Logan at a press screening. If it weren't for the spoilers, I might have actually gotten to go see Deadpool, like the teaser, because I learned about it from the buzz. So like that kind of got me in the theater. That being said, yeah, of course I want things to be surprised, but like the fact that everything gets kind of screened early, and like the fact that we're living in different time zones, so the internet is everywhere.
Sure.
So like people who are going to be screening it whatever time, like I mean, we live in Los Angeles, so we're like the last people to get it. So I mean, yeah. So yeah, the internet sucks, and that's unfortunate.
Well, it seemed like it was a lot of theater employees who were tweeting about it.
I didn't know what it was. You know why? Because when the story came up that said Logan additional scene revealed, I didn't click it, and I didn't read what it was. I mean, if you stay off the internet, you're not going to get spoiled.
I will also say there is an onus amongst like movie websites to like protect this. Like I hope that sites aren't running stories that say Deadpool teaser beforehand. I hope they say like Logan has a special treat.
Yeah, what are we calling this
before
video,
theaters.
by the way? Because I don't want us to spoil this for
It's a good
anybody.
question.
I don't want. Yeah, I would prefer that
We
we not.
We started this with a flat out spoiler. We
did,
said
yes.
Okay.
we're going to spoil the crap out. Mom's coming. Mom's coming. Mom's coming. Mom.
Family, we're gonna do our best to give this video a title that reveals what it is so the people know what they're getting and everything is clear and can
good.
still enjoy their lives.
Absolutely.
As I enjoy all of you.
Deadpool out! Yay!
I love Roth just because you're like, I'm here. And I'm gone, and I'm here, and she's an Easter
Just
egg.
trying to guess.
Roth is our very own Screen Junkies News Easter egg, and it's the best. Well, all right. Is it something that at this point people like have to know? The truth is I've already seen Logan. I had no plans on seeing it again. I knew that there was going to be some sort of pre or post credit sequence. Because it's Deadpool, I will go see it again. So actually, this does a marketing job specifically to people like Fast and Furious, John Wick, Deadpool 2, Sasha, who will be more apt perhaps because Logan is a very, very specific flavor of ice cream. And I don't know that it lends itself to repeat viewings the same way other films might. Danielle?
Yeah, I was obviously like, I saw that there was, and it's already been spoiled. Like you can already see like, oh, there's a new Deadpool teaser, there's a new Deadpool teaser, there's a new Deadpool teaser. It's interesting because the way that this was presented, it was done after the feature presentation. It was done after all of that stuff. So if you were just sitting in the theater and for some reason you didn't know about this and it opens up on Ryan Reynolds, you might have a moment of like, is Ryan Reynolds in Logan? And I missed it because of the way that it is presented. And so, yeah, you're right. There is that complete tonal shift between kind of this the light and fluffy death of this, and then Logan, which I won't spoil, but it's brutal and amazing. So it was definitely like, oh, I'm going from a cartoon to a Western, and no one told me that was going to happen.
Oh, that's such a great description. Dan, unfortunately, you've not been able to see all of Logan because you keep having like,
the screening I was
issues.
in, literally the audio went out halfway through it last night, and I've seen the first half of Logan, but for me, I liked it. it was kind of a throwback to. I loved when movies come. It's one of the things I love about going to see a Pixar movie in the theaters is it has a little short before it.
Yeah.
And I think that there's enough time, especially with a similar audience. People that like Logan are gonna like Deadpool, and Logan starts fast. That's true, but I didn't really have much of a whiplash effect. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know that was what was going to happen before the movie started. But even then, I think that there's enough time to kind of everybody takes a breath, and Logan hasn't been shy about publicizing what it is.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
people are prepared for it. But I like the idea of a little short.
Yeah.
I used to love those little Marvel one-shots that came on the DVDs.
Oh,
Same.
yeah.
And
Totally.
I would love a lot of movies if you're in a big universe like this, the DC movies, Pixar, Marvel. I would love to see
Just
these
find a
little
way to
shorts,
tell a
'cause they're
little bit of
fun.
story.
Yeah.
I mean, and the biggest problem is just the fact that you can't make money off of a short, so
Right.
they're at its higher loss just to make them. Which that sucks.
It's another 5 minutes of a theater manager going I could be cleaning up popcorn
Exactly,
right now. I could be turning this thing around.
I like that Pixar sort of comparison. I think that's
Yeah.
very close. Well, we have Matt Key over on socials and fact check us.
Fact checking.
Matt, what are we getting wrong? What are we getting right? What do we need to know?
Well, I haven't seen Fast and Furious, so I can't really comment on that.
I have nothing to say. To you, sir.
I've seen Tokyo Drift.
one of my favorites.
Where you ain't in control unless you out of control, and then that wasn't
right,
the movie
girl.
that I saw. Anyway, but I will say that last night's take for Logan was 9.5 million, which is the third largest for a rated R film, just behind Hangover 2 and Deadpool. I will also say you guys mentioned Cable quite a bit. Let me explain who Cable is real quick for the audience members who may not know who he is. Cable is a mutant from the future named Nathan Summers, who has one of the most complicated backstories in the history of comics. He's from the future. He's the son to Nathan Summers and Jean Grey. Scratch that, Madeline Pryor, the clone of Jean Grey, created by Mr. Sinister to hold the Dark Phoenix Force, whatever. He's telepathic, telekinetic. He has a techno-organic arm, but that's actually a virus, and he has to use his telekinesis to keep it at bay from taking his whole body over. And that's Cable in a nutshell. Also, Vanessa Carlyle is played by Marina Baccarin.
Yes.
So in case anyone was wondering why we were talking about her earlier, she played Vanessa Carlyle, who goes on to become Copycat in the comics, who can change shapes. We'll see if that happens in Deadpool too.
Yeah. Well, we had a bunch of Easter eggs that we spotted, but we want to know, what did you spot? Let us know in the comments below. You can always tweet us at SJ News. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can click here for more Screen Junkies, and we will see you again very soon.